back again. Listen, man. I lost a bet. I lost a bet, bro.
Welcome back, Footy Fanatics TV. What it do? You got Oski, known as Omar Sultan. Well, Omar Sultan, known as Oski. You got your boy D Ships in the building.
What's good, y'all? Back again, bro.
And you got your man Geeko.
Best for last.
You know what it is?
It's been a hold on. Let's welcome him back. It's been a while.
First of all, apologize for the technical difficulties. I gotta loosen my ego, but I gotta hold it. So y'all gonna see a lot of hand movement going on today.
We on a budget here. We on a budget.
We trying. So you gonna see one hand, but my thing is, I feel bad for these two guys sitting next to me. They both LL Cool J's in this.
Oh man, where have we heard that before? Hey, yo.
One Sebastian, man, that was for you. But we still got two LL Cool J's in here, man. Double L's. You got rape that happened. And then you also got a De Bruyne masterclass. So, recap of the Champions League. We're going to be talking about that today. I want to start off with the Chelsea Bayern. Just because, I'll be honest with you guys, the reason why I want to really start off that topic, it was humiliation. I mean, the first half, Chelsea was looking good, but the only player who deserved to be on that pitch was Kovacic.
Bro, I've been saying it. He's the only player.
Definitely your best player.
The thing is, like, I'm looking at the team back to front. Him, maybe Jorginho, but him definitely is probably the only player that could probably play in any team in Europe.
True.
He's the only player on our team I think could play on any top side. Let me not get it twisted. Any top side in Europe. Real, Barca.
He did play
Juve.
for Real.
Exactly. He's the only player. I'm not gonna fault Chelsea because they tried, but at the end of the day, we're not good enough. We're not good enough.
I mean,
not good enough.
Bayern off its previous stats and record against London teams, it was 5-1 Arsenal, 7-2 Tottenham. And then now, a 3-0 Chelsea. The likelihood of Chelsea coming back and
no, it's over. Tie's over.
I mean, what do you think Chelsea needs to do now when they go back to the Allianz? What is it? What kind of formation do you think they should be playing? Or forget the formation, style of play, tactic. What does Chelsea need to rebuild? Because on paper, Chelsea doesn't have a bad team. All they lost was Hazard, if you look at it, and that was the same team that finished third and won a Europa League. So, I mean, of course it's huge, but it was 14 goals last season, 13 assists?
Bro, that's everything. It wasn't just Hazard, the way he played. It was just all our goals,
but it's
all
starting
our
to
assists.
Expose like the inconsistency of Pedro, Willian, those veterans that you expect to come and show up and play. At the same time, the inconsistency of the young player, which was all, to me, I believe, something that we saw coming. Yeah. So it's not like it was something like, out the blue. So now my thing is, what do you think, Daryl, as a Chelsea fan? What's going to change? What should change? What you should do in the second leg? You know what I'm saying? Hopes at the end of the season.
So this is the thing. I'm going to take it back a little bit. So going into this game, I think Lampard he was a little too hyped up off that Spurs win. Great win, don't get me wrong. A lot of energy in that game, but Champions League is different. So watching that first half, we defended well, everything had heart, but between Barkley and Mount, there was no, Bruno Fernandes, but there was no personality on the ball. So we would get the ball, we would win back possession, work hard, we'd get it, and give it right back. And then when you got guys like Thiago and who else was playing in the Kimmich, they were just knocking it about. You need someone. That's why I think instead of Barkley, who I don't rate him at all, he should have started Willian, someone who doesn't mind getting on the ball in tight spots and will try something and not just give it away at the first time. Give it away to the first person he sees. So I think he messed up with the lineup. I think he should have started. Honestly, should have went with Pedro and Willian because they're experienced. They're not scared to try things. And then defensively, we just gotta do a whole rebuild.
I mean, shout out to Alphonso Davies though.
Skin the whole left side.
Definitely a bowler. United lost a chance on that. My thing is now, Reeks, what do you think would have been the answer for? Or is the answer for Chelsea now? Because obviously the likelihood of top four is looking
still there.
It's still there, but the competition is rising. I was a couple weeks ago just saying, obviously in that a lot of people came at me like, the title race for the top four is done. But come on, realistically, with the way United was looking before the Bruno and Igalo show, which are doing great, run the form, but we playing Club Bruges and clubs like and Watford, who's in relegation zone. So it's not like we're going against top teams performing. But my thing is, you think Chelsea's going to finish the top 4? You think Chelsea now could go back at the Allianz and
Oh no, it's ties over.
No, I think if I'm Lampard, and no disrespect to Chelsea fans, you pack shop when you go to the Allianz. You literally go into the Allianz hoping you don't get any injuries, hoping that now you just focus on the league, because Bayern, in my opinion, we're talking about Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Are Bayern favorites?
See, I asked him this off camera. This is the same Bayern team that got smashed by Liverpool last season, barring Alphonso Davies.
Yeah.
This is the same team. The same team.
Yeah, but did they have Coutinho last season?
But he didn't
But
start.
he came off the bench.
He came off the bench. This is the same. I don't know what's different. The way
Gnabry.
they came out, he was there last year too.
Yeah, but it looks like he's hitting stride.
I mean, different form. You got to look at Bayern in the league right now. They're coming back and they're haunting the league. They're coming back to take the league.
But Lewandowski's out 4 weeks.
4 weeks, but it's not like they don't have firepower.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely makes a big difference. It's like looking at Spurs without Son and Kane.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. Being, you could arguably agree, world best striker right now in the game. But my thoughts on the Chelsea rebuild, it's time to clear that dead wood that he had in the past.
Yeah.
Because these are the same players that's been there since Mourinho era. So
Some of them.
I was watching the Henrik Larsson documentary, not documentary, but like that podcast he was having, you could say documentary about his career. Yeah. And he had mentioned, he was like, one thing he got tired when he was at Celtic was the constant changes in managers. So you have Mourinho, after Mourinho, who followed him? Sorry, Conte after Conte, Sarri after Sarri, now Lampard. Half these guys been the same guys that came under Mourinho.
Yeah.
So
you peep that stat? There's 8 players that Lampard's looking to clear out. Alonso, Emerson, Barkley, Jorginho, Willian, Pedro. So he's looking at an overhaul.
I think Giroud is probably in there.
Giroud's probably in there.
We all see Giroud. Batshuayi never made it under any coach in there.
Exactly. So there's an overhaul coming. It's coming.
Yeah, you need to now look at who. I mean, Ziyech, he's definitely going for the right signings.
Right.
So I think that's what Chelsea's missing. And, of course, to run a top 4, we all knew coming into that they was going to get battered.
I was hoping that like something might happen, but I think that lineup,
because I was going based off the European performances that they had in the group stage.
What they didn't really prove to you that
they
like
a weak Valencia. Who else did you guys have? Definitely weakened Ajax. So that and then which was a joke team.
But here's we spoke about this prior to recording. It's not just Chelsea though. We were saying last year that Premier League sides are back. Liverpool takes an L. Spurs takes an L.
I mean,
1 and 3.
My defense to the Premier League, if you're looking at the teams that are taking L's, yeah, it's technically speaking Chelsea and Spurs. You really can't count Liverpool out the race a little bit because they're still going back home. That's 2. And it's only a 1-0 loss.
Even with Spurs, too.
Which happens in legs. And 100% with Spurs, too. But the thing is,
Spurs is terrible, though.
Yeah, but they're playing without their 2 main guys. No excuses made to be. At the end of the day, listen, they went and got Bergwijn, and it's like, all right, let's fill in a spot for that. But at the end of the day, they're also going through a team transition, so just as Chelsea is, just as United and Arsenal. So last season, it was like the Mourinho era with United. That was the only team going through that transition. And of course, typical. We seen Arsenal under Emery, but they wasn't even in the Champions League to be talked about. But regardless of the situation, Hazard, that whole English going on thing, they ran the Europa League, and the same thing. You had Man City, Spurs, and let's be honest, did you really expect Spurs to be in the final?
No, I didn't.
Exactly. So a lot of people are.
Last year was weird though. It was a weird one. Yeah, but because Ajax went far, and Spurs
100%. But a lot of people mentioned, the Premier Leagues are being bad. Not really. It's just 2 teams in the Champions League already that are going through a whole U-Haul, and then another team that's top of the league that most likely, come on, like we know at Anfield it's going to be a problem. That's the same team that
you still got them going through.
That's the same team that lost to Barca in Barcelona 3-0, came back 4. Let's keep that in mind.
We'll see.
You know what though? When it comes to that Liverpool game, it's a different mentality though. That Barca team, and that Atleti team. One is gonna come and sit and make tactical fouls, slow the game down, get the crowd upset. It's different.
I totally agree with you, but at the same time, you just can't count Liverpool out the tie.
See,
The only team that really got battered, you could say, was Chelsea. Now, to move on to that, this team that's in second place in England battered the best team that's in first place of Spain, or I think they're in second place. They're second, a point off, but they were just, they got it up against Barca. They're not that far from it. But now let's talk about that, like De Bruyne and his masterclass. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's at the Bernabeu, to be 2-1 up at the Bernabeu.
You know, I
mean, here's one. So
go ahead.
You talk about De Bruyne masterclass,
and I need you to.
It started second half, because we were all over them. We were all over
boring. Boring. Do not give me that look. It was boring.
I'm gonna give you a not biased.
Hold up, yeah. That's what I don't like about Madrid fans.
City was sitting.
City were sitting, but they had just as many chances
as you.
Guardiola stay.
Sergio Ramos stay. They Ramos again with the nonsense.
They could have been 1 or 2 up.
I mean, listen. I told you this before the tie. I had this series going either way. I didn't think there was really a clear-cut favorite. With Madrid, I was so worried because they just came off of the terrible result against Levante.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had no faith. Now, Real comes in and absolutely shows character. They show personality. They're positive. Zidane comes in and say, no, we're taking the ball from City. Mm-hmm. And to your credit, if you watch the game, there was 1-2s everywhere. There was triangles. Yeah. Everyone felt comfortable. But hold on. But here was where everything went wrong. It was just, and we say this all the time, people ask, what is Real missing? And it's just the simple fact that you let 40, 50 goals walk out that door.
And you didn't
replace did not replace Ronaldo. We have no goal threat.
I mean,
you're asking a 19-year-old to save us.
Yeah, okay, but in defense, they did work with the Hazard. I'm not saying he was there.
Hamburglar.
I'm not saying he was there to.
So bad, you people must love his hamburgers. Courtois came. No. Boca, the dude from Chelsea, he's like, yo, he loves his hamburger.
He has pizza, overweight.
Yeah, but you got
bacon.
Listen. Is it bacon? Wendy's 4 for 4. For y'all UK cats, that's the fire.
Facts.
If you ever came to New York, we smacking y'all 2 times, but that's the
and
fire.
Realistically, Hazard will never score 40, 50 goals.
He's not, but his job was to get you those assists, to run those plays, to create options for Benzema, to bring out a little bit more out of Bale. So that was his job. Boom. Right before this tie, he's out for the season, I think.
Probably out. He probably is.
So do not come at, I have money to spend. Jovic was the one who was supposed to get Jack goals.
He's a bust.
Okay, exactly. So y'all made improper signings. Boom. All right, you learn. One bad got Mariano Diaz. He doesn't even touch the field. I think he's a better option than Jovic because he knows the club.
Facts.
He knows the club. He knows that style of play of Spain. But, hey, maybe that's just me. Now, I just believe, I agree with you on that %. They never replaced Ronaldo. But you still got Benz, who's the most underrated striker.
But the thing is, he wants to create for another guy. So you like, for me, even though he's our 9, he's so comparable to Firmino in the sense where he's the 9, but he would prefer to give assists. He would prefer to play for someone else. That's why what Real's missing, if you watch that game, we need a Haaland. We need Mbappe. We need a guy who's going to give us 40, 50 goals.
I mean, that's what Real and Barca always did. They just went and hunted for that generational player.
That's what we need.
But it's time to also not always rely on a generational player.
It's a team game.
Because if you look at it, I wasn't convinced with Jesus all season. My man showed up when it was time to show up.
That was a foul.
Yeah. You think it was a foul?
That was a foul.
There's a hand on the back. I don't know
and then people talk about De Bruyne masterclass. Yeah, he was great. The second one was harsh.
What, the penalty?
Oh, come on.
That was harsh.
Why is he making that tackle?
Harsh.
The ball was going out. Sterling wasn't getting to. That's the thing with Carvajal. I give him the credit. Top right back.
He won't start next season.
He won't.
Hakimi's taking his spot.
Hakimi's coming and taking his spot.
Younger, faster, stronger, assists. He's competing up there with Trent.
Yeah.
You got to say that. You got to give Hakimi credit. I don't want to hear, it's Germany. Well, look at Germany. They're dominating. They're doing their job.
Leverkusen,
Leipzig.
Dortmund.
Yeah. All the teams that played are doing what they're supposed to do.
Bayern,
Yo, after the season, the whole talk about Farmers League, it has to stop. Has to
they're
stop.
competitive.
It
That
has
league's
all,
competitive.
mind you,
now.
we're not even talking about just Germany, France, or look at Lyon. Talking about Italy as well. Inter doing their thing.
I mean,
No, France is a farmers league.
Bro, Lyon,
France is not-
Lyon came over Juve. They got the result.
this
against
Paris
Juve.
is 20 points ahead.
okay, but and once again,
We're talking about European,
We
though.
had this talk previously before. The end of the day, the only reason why France is looked like
As a
that
farmers league.
is because of the power abuse that
Of one
PSG's been
team.
using.
One team.
Other teams do not have that financial power. If you look at their top 12 contracts of the most highest paid players in France, it's all PSG players except Wissam Ben Yedder.
Bro, if you want to keep it a buck, let's look at all the
But
top
I want
leagues.
to get back to the City Masterclass. That was the only team
Direct.
that really showed up.
You know what's crazy?
And then hold up, and then he mentioned also, you mentioned in that France, but he had a good point. I'm not saying that Juve is I'm counting them out, because they still got to go to Turin and play that game. But 1-0 off two kids doing their thing, who some are, which I think is
how nobody
that's a
picked him up
topic of
yet.
discussion. I need people to think. Where do you guys see him going?
Bro,
next?
hold up. I peeped on the gram. Already Lamps is looking at him. 50 mil.
no, he's not going to Chelsea.
Why not? Replace him with Barkley.
And there was another kid. What's his name?
Tussar, not Tussar.
Not Tussar is a baller. Center Guerrero, I think, or Guillermo.
Oh yeah,
something.
Guillermo's or something like
Guillermo's
that. Fire.
Kid
Baller.
did his thing, and then they got Ryan Shirky, another kid doing his thing. So Lyon, you could tell that France still is breeding talent. It's just money and power abuse. And then Barcelona-Napoli game. I don't know your thoughts on that.
Barca's a shambles at the moment.
I wouldn't say shambles, but I wouldn't.
They're shambles at the moment.
My thing,
They're
my
first
thing.
played in the Liga, and they're probably gonna go through.
No,
the
but that tells you how bad Real have been.
Oh,
But Barca's terrible.
But my thing about my
yeah.
thing about that Barca game, the only thing I would say is that team is like 11th in Serie A or something.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Real's getting heat for losing 2-1 to City, but are we gonna let Barca slide for tying Napoli 1-1?
Yeah, but the
Decent
thing is,
team.
Decent team.
the same Napoli's the same team that beat Liverpool.
Are Napoli better than Hellas Verona?
Come on,
They're better than Parma right now.
They're better than Liverpool.
bro.
Come on, SPAL. But
Small, yeah.
my thing is, my thing is, they went over there and tied.
Word.
You guys lost.
Oh, they're gonna get battered. Than
Okay,
knockout.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. You guys lost at home. That's a big talk of discussion.
I'm not scared of the Etihad. It's not Anfield. I'm not scared of them.
It's a good point because Eddie, you know what? City.
I mean, Manchester be getting crazy. Man.
Nah, Old Trafford. It's the Etihad. It's a bunch of lassos. Bunch of lassos. Shout out to
Yo,
him.
my fault, bro. I ain't even call you. Give it up, bro.
No, but see, this is my thing. Going back to the Real City, the thing that pisses me off is I think Real had everything going for them. Benjamin Mendy looked like a pancake. Guardiola wanted him off. Otamendi looked like, I don't know.
Laporte came off injured.
Laporte came off injured. For me, Real had everything going for them. Pep, but credit to Pep, must have ripped them a new one at halftime, and they came
The
alive.
thing is, though, I don't think first half they were playing that bad.
No, but Real's comfortable.
Real was all over them, but like they come out, you're like, all right, with 0-0, and then I don't know if you guys noticed the lineup. When I saw the lineup, I saw 4-3-3. I saw Jesus thinking he was gonna play up front. He had him off the left, looking like he was gonna target Carvajal, and he low key he had the better of him in that game. He had the better of Carvajal, so I think Pep knew what he was doing.
I mean, you still can't also count Madrid out the next time.
You can't.
You really can't. It's just 2-1 game. They're not for.
All it takes is one goal.
Yeah, but
game on.
100%. And I mean, home goal advantage, away advantage. Of course, that's all coming in. But what's your thoughts on next week? Like the comebacks now of
Leipzig.
who after what we just saw. Of course, impossible is nothing. But to just finalize this Champions League talk, who do you think make it to the next round?
If we're starting with the Let's Go Liverpool, I think it's gonna be Liverpool.
I mean,
I said it was Let's Go Madrid, but I can't. Liverpool's gonna come firing.
So I'm rocking with Liverpool next. Tottenham, Leipzig.
I think.
I mean, they did lose at White Hart Lane, right?
Spurs.
Yeah.
Spurs lost at home.
So they got to go
And they
to
still-
Germany.
And still with their
You
best
just
players.
could never sleep on Mourinho, son.
Nah, but they
We've been
for
saying that
what?
since he came in.
but
But I'm gonna definitely agree with you guys.
You
because
expect them to attack
they got a
Leipzig?
guy named what's his name, Topanga? Or whatever.
Oh,
he is.
Tanganga.
Boy Meets World. I mean, he's the one. I mean, they're missing their star players. I don't care what anybody says. Dele Alli's not in that craziest form right now, but and at the same time, he doesn't have that leadership skill to carry the whole team by himself. So they're in that slump. Listen, I'm not gonna say I could count out Mourinho, but I'm not also expecting that. Now, who plays the next day?
Atalanta Valencia. Atalanta's
No,
not.
no,
Oh
Atalanta's
yeah,
already in.
that one is done. That one is done.
Atlanta's already in. PSG Dortmund.
I don't know about that one.
I think Dortmund. I think Dortmund.
I think PSG. I mean, at the same time, I can't count out Dortmund because their kids are crazy.
Sancho
I
and
just seen a
Haaland.
16-year-old on Rising Ballers today. A 16-year-old
Oh yeah.
who has like 53 goals in like 30 games.
Is that the Dembele kid for them? No,
he's black. He's a black
Yeah,
kid.
some African cat.
Yeah.
Musa.
And they said
So-
March. He said March. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get his chance.
First team, yeah. So that's one thing. Alexander Isaac, look at him, and that was a Dortmund product.
You know they have a clause on him.
to get him back.
Yeah, but he's like, nah, there's no way.
So now that recaps that last week. So I'm gonna have to rock with PSG. They're going back to the Parc des Princes. Neymar and Mbappe are really not gonna let this one slip.
gotta
again.
turn up.
They gotta come in.
But if I'm Haaland and
the
Sancho,
mistake,
this is your
he
time.
did. Come on, he didn't play a striker last game.
So, but the thing is, if you're Dortmund, are you gonna defend that?
Yo,
game?
hold on. I got a curious question before you. Better duo? Sancho, Haaland, Neymar, Mbappe.
Bro.
That Dortmund duo is not bad,
Yeah,
yo.
but I can't compare that.
Yeah, it's
can't
just
come
it's too,
Haaland's scary. That dude is
That's
scary.
like comparing A Boogie to
Give it up,
Roddy
Rich.
Rich. To
Two.
Roddy Rich.
It's not a comparison though.
I mean, it's a debatable, but like, who you got? Off topic, real quick. Who
Roddy Rich,
you
bro.
got?
Roddy
DTB Auto, trust bitches. That's all I gotta say, man. Anyways, back to the topic.
Bulling.
So now,
Hold on, let's finish the last four games.
that was the last four. Now we want to talk about the Man City Madrid. Man City Madrid back at it. They had no Ramos.
I got Real.
You got Real?
Of course, you're a Real fan. You're gonna have to stick to your team.
Who you got? You got City?
I got City.
You got City?
I'll have to stick with City.
Chelsea, Bayern, that's not a debate. Barca, Napoli, that's not a debate.
What you mean? What you mean?
No, but Shippy.
What you mean? Munich 2012. Put some respect on my team, bro. What you mean? So, early goal, anything can happen.
Wait, you said Munich 2012?
Yeah, but you
Munich
had
2012.
You had legends on that team.
Listen,
Who you
Barkley's
got?
a legend.
Yo,
All right,
Shippy.
Bayern.
I'm really not taking you
Bayern.
serious because your team just got smoked 3-0 and you're wearing their jacket.
Bro,
And
I
it
lost
was
a
a bad-
bet. I lost a bet.
This is why Americans do not know football, man.
PB Riders.
Like, it should drive me nuts.
Hold on,
man.
last one.
Lyon Juventus, I think.
You think Ronaldo gets him
Leon.
through?
I think
Bro,
Leon.
it's-
I think he gets found out.
Sorry, not Ronaldo.
Sorry. Okay.
I think Ronaldo not gonna let him fall in the slumps.
I think, you know what's crazy? I think seeing Ronaldo and with Juve and seeing Real, it was like almost like the perfect marriage just abruptly end. I think they needed each other.
No, but he's doing his thing at Juve.
Bro, they not, but he's getting based off winning this.
But he needed something different. I think that's why he left. He needed something different.
Yeah, but his team is really not helping. Yo, technically on paper,
Yeah,
Juve
they
don't
got a
look
side.
crazy.
They got a
Nah,
side.
a washed up Higuain, washed up Pjanic.
You think?
Yeah, like I was looking at the team that started. I'm not
Who
really
Rabiot
convinced.
started for them.
Yeah, I don't rate.
Aaron Ramsey. Wow,
You know what's crazy? Aaron
Matuidi
Ramsey-
was on bench. Dybala got
Oh, he got
salad by my boy Hassan.
Sawar, yeah, bro.
So, John Luigi washed. Demral hurt.
Well, I mean, Danilo, a reject from
Juan
City.
Corrado, he's Colombian. I'm not taking him serious.
Shout out Jason.
They're not.
out to
The
Michael
thing is, how many world class players do Juve really have? Maybe
That's what I'm
2 or
saying. Come
3?
on, Danilo, Man City reject.
Exactly. They really.
No,
probably
they got
Delete.
Delete world class.
Flop?
No, he's world class.
not yet.
Bust.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
He needs
They
to stop.
they have,
Ronaldo, Dybala,
That's really
That's it.
the only two.
Bonucci,
world class.
Chiellini.
Are they world class?
Yeah, of course.
Bonucci's world class.
Okay, both of them.
Bonucci's world class.
Come on, Oli-
Chiellini healthy's world class.
Come on, they're both this.
But I feel like Leon coming with that crazy young energy.
Nah, Depay's
something
not
to
there.
prove.
Depay's not there.
They got something
Nah,
to prove, though.
but
They got something to prove.
If Juve loses to Lyon, sorry, he's got to
He's
get
got to go.
sacked.
He's got to go.
He's got to
A
get
lot of people
sacked.
came at Allegri hard. A lot of people.
And Allegri's made 2 finals.
Got to go.
Allegri's the man. But I'm definitely gonna rock with Juve. Now,
Europa League?
Are we missing a team or we're good?
No, that's
good.
it.
You said
Yeah.
Atalanta.
Oh no, Napoli Barca.
Nah, come on.
Oh, yeah, I
Napoli's gonna get
shouldn't even
small.
ask that.
Napoli's gonna get small.
Europa League. Oh, big recap. Big recap. So my dog came in the podcast. Yo, Anubis. Wagwan boy. Europa League. Now, honestly,
Where you want to start?
Arsenal Olympiacos.
no.
We have
I need y'all to simmer down. Yeah, I need y'all to simmer down, man.
Club Bruges. Thursday for the boys.
You lost to them in the Champions League group.
Yeah, at home. At
My
home.
man hit you with the C.
Oh, the Dennis guy.
Dennis.
Right.
And he was hurt. But
Dennis guy, right.
that's the same team that beat y'all. Long story short, man, master class by that United squad. I don't want to hear it.
They gotta win it.
Bruno, bruh. You know what's crazy? Forget Bruno, because we all know he's doing his thing. Gallo did his thing. Fred been doing his thing. So now I feel like Bruno is bringing these players to do their thing.
Yeah.
The thing that Pogba was supposed to do. Now forget that type of
Now
talk.
imagine what he can do with Pogba.
I'm happy for one guy, bro.
Who's that?
Scott McTominay coming back
he
and
got his
scoring,
goal.
but
He got his
also
goal.
my boy Jesse Lingard got an assist.
5-0 to Club Bruges.
Jesse Lingard got an assist and almost had a goal. He did his thing off the bench.
You know what the thing is too? Like United are watchable now. Now you watch them. It's like, oh, I could watch this.
I really slept on Igalo, but the man has definitely an instinct to get to net.
It's a
I
poacher.
see a great link up between him and Bruno. And while I was reading on Igalo, I found out that he used to play for Udinese, the same team that Bruno played for.
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, that Portuguese thing going on, boy, is so lit. I love watching Fred and Bruno think. I've never seen Fred so confident on the ball. Bisaka's getting in deep on the right. It's starting to click for United, but I don't want to get too excited because come the weekend, we're getting smoked. So it's Watford, it's Club Brugge. But definitely a great game. Celtic out, that was a big surprise for me, but Brandon Rodgers, the fact he's not there. Benfica out, another big surprise for me.
Facts.
You know, Shakhtar's got a side.
Shakhtar's got a
Shakhtar
team.
got a
They
side,
always get those Brazilians.
come on, we're talking a team that was winning Champions League and stuff, so making the best talent in Europe as young kids. Ajax out, another shocker. The only shocker to me is Getafe. They're technically in 5th or 4th. They're not far. They're around that. Pull up the league sex. I want to see what.
I think they're third.
La Liga.
Oh man, if they're in 3rd, I want to know like, how do you guys feel about his coach? Like,
Oh no, 5th.
they're in 5th, but the points is not far.
Bro,
You
they
get what I'm saying?
literally have nobody.
Like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I mean, they do have a couple guys that we
They got
know.
Kennedy. I know they have Kennedy on loan from us.
Cucurella.
Cucurella.
Yeah.
They got some players.
They got a guy from Ghana too, pretty official because I always scout my African players. But at the same time, half of y'all don't even know who the coach is.
No clue.
So that's my thing. Getafe, big surprise in La Liga, and then also a big surprise in Europa League to knock out the Dutch champs and also the semifinalists.
Yo, please, come on. Can we talk about the story though? Arsenal. Heartbreak.
I want to talk. I just want to go through it.
808.
Just run through
Because
it.
Arsenal was a whole topic of discussion, man.
Word.
Arsenal was a whole topic of discussion.
Inter Milan getting through Ludogorets.
Who's going through Sevilla or
Sevilla.
how?
I think
Penalties?
it was away goals.
But it's 1-1.
Yeah, but Sevilla.
Oh yeah, scored off the away goals. Yeah.
It was away goals.
I mean, I don't know who's Cluj, but shout out to them. For
I think
even
they're
making-
Romanian or something like that.
Now Arsenal, man, I watched that game the whole 120 minutes. Y'all know I love Aubameyang, and that's the only thing.
Mama Buckler, yeah.
Oh, by my blood clot. But you know what's crazy, man? I honestly felt for him that game. Like, first off, you tie the game with a bicycle kick that was surreal.
No, I can't.
In the dying seconds of the game, the last shot of the game, you missed that open net. That must kill. This man, honestly, first of all, has been not getting the credit that he deserves all season.
Did you peep? They actually did a little piece on that. Sky Sports. They were talking like, is he a Premier League great?
He's
No, he's
a
got to win
world beater.
trophies. He's got to win trophies.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but you got to understand,
but
he
you-
went to an Arsenal.
is Harry Kane a Premier League great?
He's in that Alan Shearer class.
Yeah, but my
But-
thing about Aubameyang, why didn't Klopp pick him up?
I think it has to do with his attitude though, because he has a thing.
But
going MIA
I have
and
yet
all
to
that kind of
show.
stuff.
I have yet to see attitude from him.
You
get what
think
I'm
he's gonna
saying?
stay in the summer?
Man, depends on how they build a team around him.
Thing is,
You know what I'm saying?
if he's He's 30 now.
Shout out to my dog over here chewing. Yo, give me that, man. Yo, you guys gotta meet Anubis. Is the world's best dog. But yeah, he's 30.
He gotta go. The season's dead. The season's done.
That's a very tough season.
The season's done. They're not getting the top 4 or top 5.
Yeah, because Europa League was their best bet.
It was their best bet. And he's 30. I mean,
And to lose to Olympiacos.
good word.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a big loss.
I don't know. So
I don't know. Red Bull, Eintracht, Chippy, pass me that ball. He gonna start wilding.
my son
He disturbing my podcast, son. Grab that ball, son. Because the mic is right under it. Anyways, Inter Milan, you saw that fluke trash goal by Lukaku?
popped off his head.
That shit was wild.
My son.
That shit was wild. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm really thinking hard luck for Aubameyang.
Probably, right?
Now, I don't know if y'all seen, there was a big thing that happened. The Hall of Fame.
Oh, that shit is lit.
Yeah, that Hall
I've been
of
waiting
Fame.
for this.
Why don't you? I always wonder why they never did that. Like that should be.
All right, let's get to it though.
But the thing is, it's only two inductees. For
But
the
and
first,
it's
for the
Premier
first
League, so that means Premier League started when 91, 92?
one. Yeah.
Two options.
What? 2 players?
Yeah.
First of all, here's my thing. If you're gonna do two Premier League greats to start the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
what is the criteria that we're really looking for? Because
Question.
there's gonna be
But come on, you need to think about it. It's either Thierry Henry and Wenger.
All right, I'm gonna read it off to you. This is according to the Premier League, right? So,
Yo, this
all right,
dog,
okay,
man.
grab that. Yo, Anubis, we're gonna talk about the Hall of Fame. You can't get in the Hall of Fame. Anubis.
Yeah, man.
You can't get in the Hall of Fame, bro.
It's
can't get in the Hall of
crazy
Fame.
out here. Y'all seen that ball throw? Oh, there he out the room.
Boom.
Hey,
Looking
stay
like
over there.
Aubameyang.
Go sit next to Uncle Enrique. My thing is,
All right, let me read off the. All right, so it's like to be eligible for the Premier League Hall of Fame, you must be retired, and only a Premier League player's career is considered in. So it's only players, no managers.
no managers.
No managers. A player's Premier League career is considered in candidacy. Each inductee will receive blah blah blah, all that. You get bread and all that. So 2 players. Who you gonna put for you? First 2.
you gotta
Ryan
be
Giggs and
retired.
Thierry Henry.
Ryan Giggs he's got to be one
And Thierry
because
Henry.
he's
the thing
played the
about-
longest.
This is the first.
Ryan
2.
Giggs and Thierry Henry.
The
There's no
first.
thinking.
This will be your first 2.
You got to understand, those men created the standard. Yo, this dog, son, I'm really about y'all gonna see me pop on him on live television.
Yo, Peter, Roddy Rich, you got beef with Peter.
For real. This man really disrespected it.
Great. Oh,
he wildin'.
get the belt, get the hat.
Hey,
No, we're gonna have to edit this out though.
get over here.
Nubis, let's go.
Come on.
Here, grab take the ball from me.
Get over here.
Go. Yo, this guy.
He's scared. You think he's scared?
No, he just knows what Omar's doing.
Anubis, get over here, bro. Hey. What's your problem? Sit.
Nigga, you know you gotta edit that whole part out.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
This nigga fucked up the hole when he started came in through the ball. You hear him munching on the fucking mic.
I think it's this mic right here.
It's one of the mics.
It's this
Anyways, I'm telling you, I think it's right back. The Hall of Famers, Premier League Hall of Famers. I'm definitely gonna go. If I would have to pick 2, I'm picking Ryan Giggs and Thierry Henry. Listen, I know I got crazy ones saying Mbappe is better than Henry. I'm not saying he's better, but I think he will be a better player. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
Alan Shearer is definitely up there.
No,
Henry,
but if we're starting
Giggs.
2 candidates.
Who would you rock with to just make this?
I think, because here's my thing. The key was retired.
right.
If they weren't talking retired, I think Ronaldo has a case. Because you could make the argument, if he played longer, he would be the best player to ever play in the Premier League.
Okay.
He only played 6 years. But if we're talking who's, damn, Thierry Henry.
You can't. For me, he's the best Premier League player ever.
How
He's
many
the best
trophies
Premier
he's
League
won?
I mean, best.
Yeah, that's why I think Giggs is one, undisputed.
Come on, Gareth Barry's on that list. Come on, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not taking credit from him, but like, I mean, the greatest Premier League player ever.
Oh
We're
no.
counting out Wayne Rooney.
bro. I mean,
We're counting on Paul Scholes, Alan Shearer, Ryan Giggs, Dennis
Hold on,
Bergkamp.
hold on.
all
What
right,
is-
so there's a little short list. So you guys, this is the Chelsea list that if you were gonna pick from Chelsea players. So you got Petr Cech, Lamps, Gianfranco Zola,
Sheesh.
JT, Drogba.
Sheesh.
Any of those guys for the first two for you or not? For the first
Lampard's got a case.
two. He's got a case for the first two.
Drogba and Lampard.
Okay.
It's hard to leave Ashley Cole out of there because that was one of the best right backs or left backs. He was a left back, right?
Left back.
The best I've seen.
So Arsenal, you got, like you said,
Of course, Terry
Vieira, Bergkamp, Sol Campbell.
Campbell, one of the best defenders.
You know what's crazy? This next guy, Liverpool.
Stevie Gerrard.
I think he's controversial.
Why?
Never won a Premier League trophy.
But he
His
Is he
European
a? But it's Premier League Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
No,
but you
but
were
he's gonna
playing,
get in
you
it,
got to
though. He's
understand.
gonna get in.
You were playing about in the Premier League. That was the hardest Premier League era you've seen.
from that era, what 03
Come on,
to like
Aston Villa
2010.
really got Gareth Barry.
Bro, I'm not taking this.
Who's in the midfield with him?
It's
Who?
just him.
Gerrard.
Yeah, not Xabi Alonso.
But he left early.
All right, Newcastle, Alan Shearer. Rooney, you got Rooney, Ferdinand, Keane.
Terry go. Yo, one thing I've never seen. Vidic didn't get the much credit that he deserved.
Hey, Rio had more longevity.
The thing with Vidic, he's not.
Oh, they chose Henry and Giggs.
No, well, this is this person's.
Yeah,
first
but
two
that's who he
picks.
chose.
I mean,
Keep going down.
Can you really choose a better duo?
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs, exactly. Ryan Giggs, longevity, success, trophies he's won. Thierry Henry, constant goal threat, pace, one of the most exciting players of the last 50 years.
100%. Thierry Henry, first of all, Arsenal changed that Premier League era with that whole invincible time.
Right.
Arsenal, you got to give them, they created a legacy of those 2-3 years that they were balling.
Yeah.
Giggs is United at one point. I'm probably getting crazy, but like at one point,
No, like he's
him,
what United
Scholes,
represent.
Cantona, and as you see all these players left, all these players retired, and Giggs kept going and going and going.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised when they sacked Mourinho, they didn't call Giggs. I feel like they did call him, but he was like, I'm happy with Wales right now. Let me keep going my career.
Well, like similar like to the Lampard thing, or Gerrard thing.
Because when Moyes was sacked, Giggs was his
assistant. And well, no, he was assistant to Van Gaal.
Van Gaal, and then when Van Gaal was sacked, he
Then
had
he
a
got
couple
the job.
runs. He had like 2 games in charge.
Yeah.
Even one of them, he changed into a whole uniform and came out to bowl. So I mean, you got to look at it like
I would agree. I'm gonna say I'll say for those
you
the
just
first
can't-
two.
you can't take it from them, man.
I would say Giggs and Henry.
And coach wise, there's only 2 I would name coaches.
It's
wise.
Wenger
Yeah,
and
that's
Sir
why.
Alex.
Wenger and Sir Alex.
That's why they can't put managers because who else? Who else?
Mourinho's got a shot.
Mourinho's got a shout.
Mourinho definitely has a shot.
Who I can't.
Harry Redknapp? No, I'm
Loki, I mean, he's probably next.
Nah, but he's won no trophies.
Because manager wise, there's not really that
Can you
many.
say Rafa Benitez is in the mix?
That's facts. If you want to go back in day, would you say it's
Nah, but you see, that's the thing with managers, it's trophies. Because you bring up Rafa Benitez, does Ranieri have a better case?
Nah.
Ranieri just had 1 season. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that goes based off of that.
See, Kenny Dalglish,
Ah.
Mourinho,
Ah.
Mancini.
Dalglish as a coach?
Yeah, bro. Well, as a coach, he won a lot with Liverpool. He won a lot.
But Premier League era.
Premier League era.
What did he win?
He won maybe like.
My man won more with Celtic.
What he won was signing Suarez.
Yo, man, listen. I want to keep tuning on this. Who's the first 2 inductees for this?
Yeah, definitely
That's
drop
all
your
I'm
thoughts,
saying,
Huja,
man.
but I don't think anybody's going to count out Henry and Dick. Now, I want to ask y'all the best talent you have seen in this Champions League week, this week and the week before. Young Buck, next big thing, who'd y'all name?
Awar.
Other than Holland.
No,
Or Holland.
I would say Awar.
Oh, wow.
You saying this
Awar.
week or both weeks
Both
of
weeks,
Champions
Both
League?
weeks. Both weeks.
I would definitely between Gio Reyna and R.
They violated. Yo, that salad he caught on Dybala.
He just been balling everywhere, man.
Come here.
That's tough. Because, I mean, you have the usual suspects. Sancho, Haaland.
Yeah, but those already have the hype behind them, the money.
Yeah.
Everything is the talk is them. I'm talking about kids that half the people watching don't even know.
I like that kid from Leipzig in Koku.
And
Ooh,
Koku.
baller.
He could play.
My son did his thing against Mourinho. Mourinho caught that eye.
Yeah.
Watch Mourinho go after him.
He's a good player.
I would even say someone like Davies. Was he on everybody's radar before?
I mean, Alphonso Davies was a big hype. I mean, he wasn't a big hype, but he definitely had.
He had a little.
He was respect. Not to expect him to manhandle Chelsea, but definitely. Yeah, he's doing his thing. He's definitely doing his thing. But my most impressed is definitely Osama Har. He's always been impressing me since FIFA 18. So I mean,
he's 21.
Yeah, the Lyon Academy and the youth, they definitely know how to run it. But it is it. I know I just started crazy for FFTV, but I got another question before I just close this up. The baby or little baby?
B.O.P. The baby. What you mean, little baby?
You rich like this? Street cocaine.
Enrique, who you think? The baby or little
Enrique
baby?
don't listen to music. He listen to Avril Lavigne and Metallica.
Here we go. I listen to Champions, man. The Champions.
What day y'all
What do
play?
you? Yeah.
What day y'all play though?
Yo, what is their theme? What is the Europa League
Do
theme?
you know?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. You wish you was in Europa League because you like, yeah, I would have had a chance to win that.
Nah, we good, bro. You see, this is my thing.
This is my thing. Club Brugge, we beat them. City, we beat them twice. Spank y'all. Oh no, the numbers don't lie, my boy. Facts is facts. Snapple caps. FFTV out. I don't want to hear. This is my thing. It ain't your thing no more. It ain't your thing. What's your thing, Enrique?
Here's my thing, man.
Crickets.
Tuesday, Wednesday, reserved for football.
Reserved for what?
Reserved for football, man. Thursdays, come on. Thursdays for the boys.
Like I said,
hold on.
Club Brugge beat y'all in the group. Man City beat y'all. We beat them twice. I'ma holla at y'all. FFTV out, man.
Fucking
FFTV.
dub.